Hey, smack 'em a gob, everybody. I got Mr. Jason Williams. He donated for me to put Queensryche. Let me tell you the story of this album right here. I met Queensryche. I was dating a girl. Man, should I talk? You know what? I'll do it later in the episode. It's a crazy story. This girl I was dating, she was a huge Queensryche fan. And she had backstage passes. Back then, backstage was meet and greet for free. She was part of the Queensryche fan club. I got a crazy story to tell you about her later. But, yeah, we met them. But Scott Rockenfield didn't come out. But I had everybody else sign it. Jeff Tate, when I gave him the sign, he goes, "Do you have the original one, the marble?" They later changed it to black because it was hard to read. I don't know. I can read it fine, but it was hard to read to people with worse vision than me, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't get Scott Rockenfield's autograph. So then Queensryche came back on the Condition Human tour, and I went to the tour bus and I said, "Hey, can you get him to sign this?" And they said, "Nah, man, sorry, I can't. You know, and I said, "Well, can you get them to sign, you know, the recent album?" Should have pulled that out. Let me go pull it out. I'll show you. The recent album was Condition Human at the time, right? And he took it in a tour bus. No, wait. I got the story wrong. He said Scott wasn't feeling well. So no, he wouldn't sign it. So I said, "Well, can you get the rest of the band to sign this?" He said, "All right." So he took it in. And where is it? Which one is it? I guess it's that. If it's not that, it's this. That's Scott Rockenfield's autograph. And I was like, I didn't notice that till later. I was like, motherfucker. I could have had him sign that. But anyway. All right. That's my little side story, but it's going against Warrior Soul, Last Decade Dead Century. Now, I know of Warrior Soul because I saw a couple of their videos on MTV. Didn't think much of it. I didn't hate it. I just like, you know. I've never heard anything else other than videos. And even those videos, I had long forgotten how those songs went. I could have seen a video from one of these songs. I wouldn't know. All right, so let's start this. Walk in the Shadows versus I See the Ruins. You know, I see what they're doing here, Warrior Soul. It is kind of original sounding. You know, they're trying to be different than everybody else. It's not bad. And it's not bad. But Walk in the Shadows, man. I'm getting into that. Oh, this is my favorite Queensryche album. This album is godly. I did a review on this album on my channel. All right, next. I Only Dream in Infrared versus We Cry Out. I'm not feeling We Cry Out at all. I Only See in Infrared. What a song, man. And what a build-up. Amazing tune. Easy win. All right, next. The Whisper versus The Losers. Now, The Whisper is, damn, it's so freaking killer. I was listening to this album today. God, it's freaking killer. And The Losers, it ain't bad, but, you know, it's just, I don't know. Let me give you an example. Why I don't think it's bad. Today, I keep seeing this Ronnie Radke falling into the reverse dude, you know, where with the thing with Tommy Lee's wife and shit. And I never heard them because when I hear there's a new band out there, I don't bother. If they're popular, I don't bother because I know they're bringing in the elements that old people like me don't like. So I decided to give it a chance. I said, well, let me hear what this crap sounds like, right? First song I put on, I think it was called Ronald. I could be wrong. Song. It was a guy's name. The song started off amazing. I was like, "Fuck, this ain't bad." And then he does the guttural death metal vocals that just doesn't work. And then, I mean, it doesn't work for me. I know it works for everybody else because the video's got like, I don't know how, 50, 60 million views. So obviously people like this shit. And in the middle of the song, a rapper comes in and starts rapping real fast, like, I was like, and then I said, well, let me go hear another song. Maybe it doesn't have that element. No, every other song was even worse. And the singer's trying to be Eminem and shit. And the videos are pretty cool though, the special effects and stuff. But yeah, man, I'll take Warrior Soul over Fall Into Reverse any day. Fall Into Reverse is like Led Zeppelin compared to fucking, you know, comparing them to this Fall Into Reverse. Man, that shit's terrible. All right. I'm giving it to the Whisper. Next, Gonna Get Close to You versus Downtown. Gonna Get Close to You, in case you didn't know, it's a cover song. And the original version of it, I thought was much darker. And there's even that original band, what was the name of the band? I wrote it down. Daybella. Daybella wrote the song. The video, they made a video for it, you know? This is before Queensryche covered it, you know? And it's dark. It's not bad. What Queensryche does, they add a lot of bells and whistles. And I know a lot of people don't like it. I love it. Love it. And that's going against Downtown. I like this song. I do like this song. But it still loses. All right, next. The Killing Words versus Tripping on Ecstasy. The Killing Words, there's like so special to me, man. The emotion on that song is so thick. Love it. And what's it? Tripping on Ecstasy. Yeah, it's okay, but it loses. All right, next. Surgical Strike versus 4 More Years. Surgical Strike is one of the heaviest tunes on here. Seriously, man. Jeff Tate is a god. He's a god to me. And that's going against 4 More Years. This stupid spoken word stuff. The dude is trying to save the world with some weird noise. Yeah, I'm giving it to Queensryche. All right. Let's pick a random album and let's go over here. Right here. Gonna take a bit, and I hate editing. All right, this is the Wooden Nickels stuff. It's actually really good. The Wooden Nickels Styx albums. This is like a best of the Wooden Nickels stuff. You know, Ladies on here. Best Thing. Witch Wolf is killer. Man of Miracles. But I love Styx. You know, all the way up to. I'm looking forward to the new Styx album, but I saw the new video and it's like, it's a good song, but I don't like that dude, man, singing. I miss Dennis DeYoung, man. All right, let's get back to this. New Regal versus Superpowered Dreamland. It's not bad, it rocks, but New Regal, man, that's a masterpiece. It's so original and so amazing. And when I saw them open for Ozzy, they opened with that song. Love that song. All right, next. Chemical Youth, We Are Rebellion versus Charlie's Out of Prison. Charlie's Out of Prison rocks, and it wins. I don't like, together we will for the future. You take that part out and fix it up a little bit, it would win. But that part just ruins the song for me. I'm giving one to Warrior Soul. All right, next. London versus Blown Away. All right, not bad. You know, I I noticed this Warrior Soul album gets better as it goes along. Now, London, I'll give you the Nicole story. I ain't going to give her last name, but this is a crazy story, right? I went to New York in 1996 to see the Kiss reunion, where I saw 3 of the 4 Madison Square Garden shows. And my friend Eve, who I went with, she had skybox seats from her boss and stuff. So I went to New York. I was with Eve, and the shows were Friday, Saturday, I forgot the days, but I know the Saturday, I didn't go to that Kiss show because that Saturday was her birthday, right? So I go to her birthday, and I meet this girl in New York called Nicole, and we hit it off great. It was amazing. It was like, oh my God, almost like a love at first sight type thing. We just hit it off so good. Come back to Florida, we keep in touch. And she tells me, hey, I got tickets. I can get us backstage at Queensryche in West Palm Beach. I was like, come on down. Stay with me. Back then, I had my little condo. Stay with me, and we'll go see Queensryche. So she comes down. Everything's great. We see Queensryche. Everything was awesome. She goes back home. I'm liking this girl way more now, right? You know, and asking her, you should come back down, you know? And she does. She comes back down the second time. Everything was great. Fantastic. Right? Chemistry, man. She goes back to New York. And one day, it was a Wednesday night. And I know it's Wednesday nights because I used to do a radio show on Wednesday nights. So, at a college, at Florida University. And, wherever. So, I tell her this. And she says, I don't want you to go to your radio. I want to talk to you. And I was like, what? Like, tell me, you know, what do you think? I'm not, you know, I may be courteous and stuff, but I'm not whipped like Ozzy Osbourne. You know what I'm saying? That's how the relationship ended. She got so mad at me, and I refused. I told her, and plus I had some things to do too at the radio station that night to make money, right? And I explained it to her as nice as I could. I'm sorry, but you know, I got to go to the radio show tonight, and I also got to do this thing. Even if I wasn't going to make money, I'm sorry. Going to do my radio show was something I loved, and the callers, we were all friends, and the people that did the show with me. So it ended. The relationship ended. Now here's the crazy part. Get ready for this shit. That girl, later on, I heard from somebody, is in jail. Why is she in jail? Here's the mind-blowing thing. She molested a little boy. Is that a crazy story or what? And you know what? London, the next song, was her favorite song from Queensryche. She loved Queensryche. And I love the hell out of that song. And that's going against Blown Away. It's not bad. Like I said, the album gets better. Next, Screamin' in Digital. Screamin' in Digital is just an amazing, amazing song. Way ahead of its time. That voice Jeff Tate has. It's an amazing album track. And that's going against Lullaby. I don't care for it. You know, I just don't, I didn't like it. All right, now the last song. I Will Remember, beautiful song versus The Conclusion. The Conclusion is not bad. It's actually pretty damn good. But I'm not going to go into the story, but there's somebody that passed away, very special to me. That was a song we both loved, you know? And that would be like probably the most special song Queensryche's ever done for me. By the way, I love The Forest from the last album. Another amazing ballady song. So there you go, Jason. I hope you enjoyed this track-by-track album battle. It's a pretty long one. I know I went on tirades, but people love when I go into crazy stories. But thank you so much, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this track-by-track album battle. And everybody out there, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And ring that little notification bell. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithm. So stay frosty. Listen, Rage for Order. And smack 'em a gob.